question on how to visualize trauma in meditation without wanting to bring them back. How do you know that you're in that space of openness and that presence?
Yeah, that is, when you begin with the focus to Chama, it's Chama's image, and you are strictly on the image. And, what?
Just my question.
Oh, okay. So when you are focusing to Chama, for example, then when you get clear picture or sense of image of the Chama very strictly and very clearly, so it is not just an object and subject that you are distinct, but you are strictly into it, sort of almost like you are feeling, you are sitting in front of Chama and like feeling energy passing, and also feeling sense of being presence, and very effectively very sensible. When you have that clear sense of presence, that means you are still in a very strictly in visualization, your presence in the Chama's image. While you are concentrating on it continually going on, gradually when you are focused on the Chama's image is very strictly and deeper, there are different levels of the stability. Just being in image is just a focus. But when you get that focus deeper level and you gradually enter into and then dissolute itself, the image will dissolute itself, and you even sometimes don't remember or realize that you're away from the vision. But when you realize that you're away already and you're in a sense of that presence of openness, feeling, the image of reflection is very still very fresh and very present. But image itself is dissoluted, dissolved, disappeared. But you are still in presence of it. But the feeling is very different now. Before feeling was vibration and sense of presence. Now feeling is full vastness, freedom, space of openness. And with full of clarity. So that is what you are in state of that, the ultimate state of Chama, what we call about open space or clear light unification, inseparable with the clear light. Means the aspect of clarity. It's not just open and empty that you are in somewhere vast, just open space. But within that open space, you will experience, but full of something contained. That is clarity, full of clarity is there in the presence of. That is the what we call true essence. Not just being empty doesn't mean very much. Empty is empty, right? But with being in spacious empty, but there is a content of energy that is clear light aspect. That full of awareness, that is a clarity aspect we're talking about. No particular thought, but full of awareness that you sort of raising up within that presence of being in that openness. That is what it is. That is what you could conform. Sort of, actually that very moment, actually there is no thought arising. You are just being fully in the presence of experiencing. Yes, and then, yeah.
Sorry. So if there's no thought arising, can you feel emotion like joy or happiness?
Spontaneously arising, that sort of experiencing, but you are not deciding, I'm happy, I'm enjoying, no sense of thought or concept of that being, but just being itself. Yes. So when you're being there, you feel so, no any condition, no any depending, no any sort of bound and limit, but full of spacious of openness, we call, right? Freedom of space. But within that freedom of space, you feel something that is, we call quality, that quality of awareness. That's what we call clarity, that awareness of not something, nothing knowing in the space empty, but everything be aware of being. That is awareness. So that time when you get those experience, that is we call the non-dual state of meditation. So thought bound is no more there. Thought is emotional, right? The true, when you get deeper, that is the what? The average, very beginning state, even second sometimes, level of meditation is very much there. It's always sort of mixture or sort of little influence of thought. But when you get more and more deeper clarity, deeper in the sense of stability, you will reach to a certain level of experience that is called a non-dual state. This thought involvement is not any effective. So non-dual state of meditation. So the question there, at the lunch, where was that? We talk about the Dzogchen nature and being in here, the Dhamma, that what we talk about practice. So slightly, if you think carefully or precisely, there's some different aspects there. Ultimately, when we talk about the nature state of emptiness and a clear light, that is very much Dzogchen nature we are talking about. But when you so when you are practicing of Dhamma, you begin with the thought of, you begin with the image, you begin with the focus, isn't it? So once you begin into the focus, it itself will lead into state of ultimate nature of itself. So we are not motivating to enter it. We are engaged in that. But your meditation, when you get to touch to the bottom, to the essence, deeper level, then you get to that state. So the concept and the beginning level is the kind of differences. Okay? So therefore, the nature state of mind is very much we directly focus on, and then the Dhamma is begin with the visualization. So concept is different at the beginning, but ultimately reach to that same very much we can say. The way to enter is different, and the essence is same. Okay?